While you're running as fast as you can to the next chapter, have you ever stopped to think,
Guys, where are we?
exploring that question throughout all of Legends led to some unexpected, some very weird, and some pretty cool answers. Like, where is this dueling ground? Where do you actually go when you jump through this gate? Come with me on a journey, and I'll show you what I found. This is Jin's Tsushima, a bright, massive open world. In our quest to locate all of Legends worlds, we'll first start up here, in a small cove at the northern part of the island. This is where the story mission Tides of Battle begins. And even though each story mission keeps you in a small area, this is the same large-scale Tsushima Island from the main campaign, but a corrupted version, with magical elements like obelisks floating in the sky. And other added areas like this shipwreck off the coast, where Chapter 2 of Tides of Battle happens. All of Legend's story missions are scattered throughout this corrupted version of Tsushima, which means all of these scenes and locations can also be found when you're traveling around as Jin. One pretty cool detail here is that Gyozin, the Legend's storyteller, can be found at the site of each of these story missions. Walk up to him and he'll tell you what went down there.
This was the site of a terrible Oni ritual that invaded the spirit realm and enslaved the Kami. Even Amaterasu could not break free.
And here's one more example at the site of Curse of the Onibaba.
A bloody battle was fought in this place. But when morning came, no bodies were found. It's said a powerful witch raised them from the dead to fight by her side. Want to hear the truth?
So as you travel around, you may encounter areas that feel strangely familiar. How many of these locations do you recognize? Gyozin can also be found down here at Azamo Bay, but there are no story chapters down here. Or are there? Let's switch over to the corrupted version of Tsushima and take a look. Out in the ocean, off the coast, is a giant, terrifying black bubble. Whenever you're in between story mission chapters, you are inside this dome. As you're standing here, you're actually floating just above that unseen ocean. You can go for a swim if you glitch through this door. But I did warn you, it is in the middle of the ocean. This corrupted version of Tsushima also hosts some of the survival maps. This destroyed shipyard is the site of Shores of Vengeance. But as you can see, it has quite a lot of differences between this version and the Legends version. And just like the story missions, Gyozin can also be found next to these areas. Again, telling a short tale about it when you approach him.
When the Mongols and Oni stood side by side, protected by gates and high walls, there were few who could challenge them. But 4 warriors once proved that even the strongest defenses can fall.
And again, some of these areas may feel familiar. With those 4 survival maps, plus all of the story missions, that's all of the Legends content that occurs in this corrupted Tsushima. For the rest, we have to go to other worlds. The survival map Blood and Steel is on Iki Island, at this river crossing. And like Legends content on Tsushima, this takes place in a corrupted version of Iki. But this survival map is the only Legends content on this island. So once again, we must go to an entirely other world.
This is my world, Ghosts.
The Realm of Io, the world of the raids. This is actually one huge map, where Chapter 1, 2, and 3 of the raids all lead one into another. The survival map Twilight and Ashes takes place within the village section of Chapter 1. If you go even further up, you'll notice something off in the distance. Yep, that's a Rivals map. All of the Rivals maps are also found in this world, hidden away behind mountains. I first heard about this weirdness from 2 fellow ghosts who glitched to the floor of this world in Chapter 2, and while running around down there, managed to discover this. And since everything's in the same world, this also means that if you know where to look, you can see the raids from any of the Rivals maps. Okay, so there's one last thing to locate. In the final battle, where do you actually go when you jump through this gate? Where is this dueling ground? Well, it's been right under our noses this whole time. Strangely, if you look down there before the battle begins, it's full of obelisks, which aren't there when you're dueling her normally. It's like they had an alternative design, but they chose not to use it. You can actually shoot an arrow and have it land down here, but we'll save that for another video. So there you go. Anytime you're in this game and stop and ask, where am I? The answer is going to be one of these worlds. If you've made it this far in this adventure, you must equally be obsessed with this game, so bravo to you, friend. I'll see you next time that I make an extremely overproduced video about very niche content. Until then, have a good one.